Yard sale part 2, fan of a fan, and return to civilization. All this and more on today's Brilliant Observations. Do, 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 do.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hi.
Hi, Melissa.
How are you?
I am myself. How are you? What are you
Still?
doing? Yeah. I'm sticking with it.
Do you think you can agree with me when I say a zit on or around or inside your nose is the most painful of all of the zits?
If it was possible to get a zit on the tip of your dick, I think it would not hurt as much as a nose zit. Okay?
Why is the nose zit so painful?
Oh my God.
I could cry.
Nothing is, and is it up in you or is it like around?
So that's the question. Is it underground and it's coming and the dread of it is almost as bad as the pain of it?
Yeah.
Or do you walk by a mirror one day and see just white where there was never white before and think, how long have I had this? Who has seen it? And why has no one told me?
I did this to myself. I had a zingit. What?
I'm sorry. Come again?
Yeah, hey. I had a fuck me.
That's twice.
I had a chin zit.
Yeah, you did.
That's what it was. And I still fucking have it. Look.
No, you don't. I don't see it.
Here's what I figured out. No, I don't fiddle with that stuff when they arrive. I treat them like a hostile visitor that I know is going to leave. The less I do, the faster they go, right? So I just don't do it. Yes. And I forget every millennia. And then I think, nope, I'm taking matters into my own hands. And for whatever reason, I decided you're not staying on my chin. And I fiddled with it and I fiddled with it. And I just was every day. It got worse. It got worse. It got worse. And this went on for several days. What I have now learned is that it wasn't a zit at all or whatever it was. I dug out a portion of my skin. There is no
I'm
zit there.
If you're fiddling,
it's now been more than a month and there was a little cavern there. Did you ever get this? I got these when you had chicken pox. Did you ever have?
Yes.
Did you ever get a scar from chicken pox?
No.
I have scars from chicken pox. They're super tiny.
Are you telling me you got a zit and you fiddled so much you scarred your face?
Yeah, it's still not healed. It's it's a cavern and it looks like a chickenpox scar. I have a chickenpox scar on my face that's big and this looks like, and it's just the skin never healed at the same height.
It's like a divot.
It's like a divot. Yeah. It's completely the same color as the rest of the skin, but it's just a little zoot, and maybe size of 2 pores put together. This zit is the size of 1 pore that's like missing. I don't know what has happened. So the evil spirits have left my face through this area. I've transported to another world. I'm not sure. Whatever it is, it's still not done.
Lost 4 pounds that area.
It's super bad and gross. And it's right on my face in the hello, how are you? Nice zit. I'd like you to meet my zit. I mean, my friend, it's not anything that anyone can ignore. And now that we're not wearing masks anymore, I don't have any excuse. You just see it. It's just right there. You might have to go
shopping at places that still
have to go to a dermatologist or something. Nobody has masks anymore. All the signs, they super don't. All of the doors say, per CDC, we don't give a fuck guidelines today. All fully vaccinated guests are welcome to not wear a mask. If you choose to wear a mask, go ahead. But we're not requiring anyone to wear a mask because we don't know who's vaccinated and who's not. So everybody's just walking around with their tits out like the whole thing's done now.
Right. So we're on what we like to call the honor system in a country with very little honor.
Bingo.
So I don't know what to make of that whole situation. But right now I'm just fighting a nose zit in the crease. I can't. It hurts, man. It hurts.
Did you put the hot cold? Did you do the hot compress and the cold
I know what it's from. I got a new
from Evil
sunblock.
Oh.
And I guess it clogged pores, and the pores were like.
Let me ask you this: what kind of sunblock did you get?
It was like I want to say a CeraVe, whatever, so like a sunblock, Obviously, it's more than my gentle face can handle. So.
So I was outside a lot this weekend. New thing for me these days. And I bought sunscreen and sunblock. and we were all sharing and talking. Oh, who's got this and the new style and blah 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 blah. Some other woman was passing around something called color with an E on the end of it, right? And it looked like a blush brush. It was sun screen powder that had a brush attached to it, and you twist the brush up out of it's stored in the powder. So when you twist up the brush, it has all of the shit in the brush itself, and you just go over your face, and now magically it's 50 sunscreen with like a little bit of a tint. She looked like a fucking fantastic $1 million. It was amazing. I, on the other hand, accidentally purchased what is known as mineral sunblock.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what I
Which
used.
is called a barrier sunblock, which means, you remember zinc from like the 1940s?
Yeah, of course.
We're back
the white
again.
stuff that stayed
right.
on your nose.
So I got one of these from Sunbum, and I thought, oh, it's mineral. I'll just spray it. That means it's probably healthy or organic. Something's great. So big globs of all over my face, and it was as if I had taken Elmer's glue and liquefied it. And it just didn't rub in. It didn't rub off. There's white everywhere. It goes from your hands now, for your face. Now it's on your hands. Nothing. It's all bad. It's all terrible. It's the worst. Was that actually the dog closing the door? The dog came in
behind you.
The dog came in and opened the door, walks around and walks out as he always does. And then the dog very slowly closed the door again. He's really, I'm impressed.
I did see an arm, but I absolutely thought that Butters went by and closed the door behind you. That is fucking hilarious.
Sunscreen will clog your fucking pores is what I'm saying. So you got to watch your step.
That's my fault. It's my bad. So tonight I will make sure it's open. I will stick some bleachy toothpaste on top of it, and I will go to sleep, and it'll be better tomorrow. But ew.
Don't fiddle with it, or you'll end up with a crater on your face like chickenpox like I have.
I'm the fan of a sailor. We have a fan in someone in whom I am a huge fan.
Okay. This is getting
so
complicated.
I'm kind of caught up. So everybody, we all listen to a certain podcast or another podcast. And
correct.
There are podcast hosts that we adore for different reasons. There's like the true crime. I love the research they do. A friend of ours used to do a podcast called The Story Behind, where I found out the inception of glitter and toilet paper and chewing gum. And they were fantastic. They were educational, and she was fun to listen to. I wish she would start it again. And all these people who bring joy into our lives. And because you sit, like you sometimes, dear listeners, do with us and listen and hear about our lives, you kind of feel like you know us. But if I wrote you personally, you'd be like, wait, can she see me too? It would be really freaky. Well, we listen to a podcast called Mouse and Weens.
Oh, yeah.
Two sisters in California who are fantastic and living, I would like to say, our best lives or our dream lives, but their best lives. And I love it. And we got this week a fan letter. We got a friend letter.
Wow.
Which was so warm and so sweet and so great. And it was kind of like a moment where you go to a party and you meet somebody and you kind of hit it off right away and you think, is it too soon to make out or hug? Or like,
I was going to say tuck you in my pocket, but okay.
Like,
we can
how do we
out.
best express how you and I just clicked on a level that I don't typically click with people, maybe because I don't leave the house. But when I do, it's like meeting your husband's work people and one of the wives, and you look at each other when somebody else says something stupid and you're like, oh my God, she heard it too. She's like, it's a connection. And I got to tell you, Joelle, we were thrilled to get your email. I don't know if you read it yet.
No, I don't read. I'm not a reader.
And she said she was all in it with you, saying, yes, your house falls apart after 7 years. You're absolutely right. Her kids are just younger than mine. It was just a really nice, I'm telling you, if you reach out, we will just pee ourselves. We'll be so happy. But the fact that the person who reached out, I was also a fan. So it was
Mutual Admiration Society.
Yes, we are society members. I also got some questions while we're in the fan feedback section of our
Bring It
podcast saying, I need to know if Amy had the yard sale.
Oh, okay. Any bets? Place your bets. Last call, final call.
I would guess that you did not.
Bing, 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 bing. You are correct. You are correct. But here's what I did do.
Tell me.
My great good friends, Michelle and Jimmy, did have a yard sale.
Shut the front fucking door.
And I got
brought
to get together
all of your wares.
I did not participate in any way. And I did get together with them, as happenstance would have it, in the most delightful way because of all of this loosening of restrictions and beautiful weather. And we're in the South now, so there are no rules down here. Let's go. So we happened to all be at a fundraiser together. We had planned to be there. Afterward, we went out to get some food and drink because I guess we live in a society where you can do this now. It was fantastic. Spent a lot of time. We were laughing late into the night. And Jimmy is describing this yard sale that he had in vastly different terms than Michelle is describing the yard sale. And Jimmy is my spirit fucking animal because he's sitting there talking and starts just yelling. We're in the restaurant just absolutely yelling out because we're all so animated over this fucking yard sale. They made $400, first of all, doing fucking nothing. The kid did most of it because it turns out he's a shark. He's a fucking shark.
Get him for yours.
I said, how? What do you mean? How did he do so great? What do you mean? Is he just born to it? Because he's in no way a kind of a salesy kind of kid. So she said, well, I would hear people coming up and I put out nail polish. And I'm already thinking, you put out nail polish at a yard sale. Does that strike you as, I'm like,
yes, it does.
And so Jimmy went on his tangent and I'm like, yes, I'm coming with you, Jimmy. So we'll come back to Jimmy. So anyway,
Michelle, what are you thinking?
She puts out nail polish? Nail polish. I'm like, what's next? Spices? So anyway, she puts out the fucking nail polish. And somebody walks up and says, so how much for the nail polish? And what do you think this kid says in reply?
I don't know if he's bored.
How many are you buying?
Oh my God, look at him go.
$400 later. So anyway, Jimmy's like, I'm just ashamed. Why are we selling our wares in the street? Like he's just going up. And I'm like, bing, 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 bing. So anyway, so that was super hilarious. And it was so great because I didn't have to do a yard sale. After I left you with the trampoline drama debacle, thank you for nothing, fucking Calvin. I decided, screw it. I've already come this far. I put pictures on one of these Facebook groups. Do you have these Facebook groups that are sort of local to you? Like the pretend garage sale? Yeah. So I put it on there and I thought, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, I'm so gross. This is so sick. And sure enough, within an hour, a woman pops up. Hey, do you still have it? Are you there? Can I maybe come over right now? How much? What do you think? Okay. So she rolls over. It's supposed to be $75. And she rolls over.
For the trampoline that you were giving away for free to a neighbor. I was
giving away for free.
And delivering.
She rolls over that moment, right? And we're loading it into her car. And it was so creepy. And for some reason, I thought I'd rather have cash instead of doing like a Venmo. I think that's the wrong thing. I'm supposed to probably want the Venmo. Anyway, so I told her it was cash only. So she came over. We're loading it in the car. And I never asked her for the money. I just didn't.
I did that with the piano. It was very awkward to ask for money.
I just thought like, it was like being a whore. I was like, terrible. Do I ask you first or do we fuck now? Like the whole thing. So I was just like, I'm just going to let.
If it's before the 40s, you can't eat her out because that definitely didn't happen before the 40s.
Well, I don't know about box on box crime. I'm just saying that men were not voluntarily doing this. And you can deflect all you like. I know it to be fucking true. That's where you're going to get some listener feedback. It's not whatsoever. No evidence. I was in the 40s.
Oh my God.
Okay. And I'm super chaste.
You're not even in your 40s now.
All right. Let's come back to that. What I'm trying to tell you is I thought I'm just going to let the universe handle this. Okay. Whatever. If it happens, I'm not going to feel bad about, like, I was already prepping myself for this woman's going to stiff me. Like, and sure enough, at the end of it, she goes, well, and I had put all the springs. I don't know if you're familiar with trampolines, but they have
all the way around.
They have a fuck ton worth of springs. And they're heavy and big. So we put them in one of those pickle buckets, like from the Home Depot, the big orange, right? Just to move them.
Bucket. Yep.
Yes. And I thought, I don't really want to give her that fucking bucket, but I don't want to sit here and unload them spring by spring. So I just kind of put it in the thing, right? And she goes, oh, but your bucket. And she said, well, tell you the truth, I don't have 75 even. So what do you say? I just give you 80 and I'll keep that bucket. And I was like, deal. So she fucking paid me more money voluntarily than I'd even ask. And here's the coda to my favorite little story. She sent me a private message today on social media saying, I just wanted to reach out to you and thank you again. Here's a picture of our daughter bouncing on the trampoline. Look how blissed out she is. She couldn't wait to get on it. Are you kidding me? Yard sales. She fucking used nail polish does not bring you this kind of, that's right.
Joy. That's
joy.
So
I am vindicated that I should not be yard selling. And since then, I sold a bike rack for $75. So
That's amazing too.
same way. Put it out
You
on
know
a
what?
picture. Let the idiots come, and then I'm fucking done
You're
with you.
going to beat Michelle money-wise for just posting
don't
3 or 4
know.
things and no nail polish.
I have to keep doing it. And now the little one outgrew his shoes a fucking again. I can't stand this kid. I swear to you, he's so fucking big. We just bought them. And his toes come out like monster fingers. Rawr, out the
How
thing.
tall is your husband?
6'2".
Yeah, that's what you're going to get in that one.
He's bigger than. They're all over 6 feet. Well, the little one's not over 6 feet, but the other two are already over. They're at. The other one is just scraping it. I know because he applied to be a model, and they actually measure you. He said he was 6 feet, and he was like 5'11" and a whole lot of sawdust. And they made him come in there and measure and take his shoes off. And he just got it, like with his hair curled right, like he just got it super up to the tip top. But the other,
I love that
the other
he's
one's bigger than
measuring
him.
by curl.
Yeah. What are you gonna do anyway?
I love it.
Anyway, so yard sales. I'm saying there's a lot of backstory there, people.
Well, there's
and
Facebook
they're always
yard
awful.
sale,
Yeah.
small town yard sale. I love that.
Yeah.
Plus, you just don't want all the people. I
don't
mean, I
like
get it.
them. No, I don't like them, and I certainly don't want to discuss the cost of nail polish. They were having over in their parts. They were doing a neighborhood yard sale, so they were kind of dragged into everybody's doing it. Traffic's coming. We'd be fools not to pick up this cash that's being thrown at our heads. I concur completely. Mine was a totally different thing, but I'm glad in both cases it's over. So no yard sale. Yeah.
I'm not a fan, and I didn't really think that you were going to do it, especially since you had family commitments this past weekend.
I did quite a few commitments, yes.
I spent my weekend wondering why I am constantly looking for the light version of things.
Really?
We talked about before that I'm an 80-20 girl. I'll give you 80% of everything, and the last 20% of cleaning the pantry, going through organizing something, just always falls by the wayside. I never get completely through. I'll clean out the refrigerator. If it's like spring cleaning day, I'll clean out the refrigerator. I'll throw out the old rice from the Chinese food. I'll put in the new rice just in case a dog gets the runs. I keep old rice just so I can mix it in.
What are you saying? There's enough Chinese food that you have degrees of freshness to your rice?
Correct. Well, we eat Chinese food a lot. So I rotate it. I'll clean out. Oh, these carrots have that white film and they're rubbery. Let's throw those out and open up a new bag of mini carrot. Right. All that stuff.
Yeah.
What I don't do is what my husband does, where he says it's clean the refrigerator day.
Oh, God.
And he pulls out the drawers and
he
to the
calls
driveway.
calls fucking Sub-Zero. Hi, guys. I'm cleaning out the refrigerator today. Can I get a brand new shelf? Yeah, everything probably has to go back to factory settings. I can only imagine.
He pulls everything out to the driveway with the power washer. It goes, gets in the every crevasse up your crevasse and power washes everything. And we all have to be involved in it because if he's fucking doing it, we all are. So it's an assembly line. We throw them outside. We don't label them.
I'm sorry. The microphone was blocking my dropped jaw.
Gaping
so I don't think
hole
you
of a
fucking
mouth.
saw it. I have to just slow your roll here. Cleaning your... Okay, hang on. Wait a minute. I must be missing something. Cleaning your refrigerator involves the outdoors and a pressure washer.
Yes,
What
ma'am,
are
it
you
sure does.
eating or storing in your refrigerator that this level of sanitation is required? I mean, I get that he is like, germs are bad. They'll kill you in the emergency room. I see it all the time. I get that. But it's just old rice and some wet carrots. How bad can that be, really?
Well, I agree. And my whole family takes your side here. In fact, you're taking our side. But when he does a project, he's 120%, which kind of is batting cleanup on my 80. So, yes, that's... I mean, when
120% for him, honestly.
That's what he gives. Yeah.
No, he does not. 120%, he would be embarrassed at how little effort he put in. It's ridiculous. We got to help him with the math part, and I'm the girl to do it.
Yeah, because math is your second language.
So he's outside the hazmat suit with the hose.
Yes. So to check for the light version, I might spray a paper towel with like Windex or Glass Plus if you're my generation and go over the glass things. I'm telling you, Sub-Zero is not getting the call from me, but they're getting the call from him.
God.
When it came time to staying younger-ish, I didn't just get Botox. I got Botox Light. I just get a little bit of like touchy-uppy thing. I don't know. It's almost like I can't commit to the full version. And sometimes it's Peloton. People go on Peloton and they have to get themselves like a record every time they go. A PR on this ride, a PR on that ride. I'm like, I'm lucky I don't pee my pants on this ride.
It took me a while to figure out from knowing you people, and I love you before Peloton, so I just sort of accept what you're doing now. PR, folks, stands for personal record. Because you can't just have a fucking record or desire to exercise in such a way that you're competing with yourself. You have to have a personal record, and then you have to have an abbreviation for it because you're so up in your own crack. Okay, so that's a PR.
So I don't feel the need to best myself. I feel the need to move and keep moving. And if I were to look at my record from when I was probably 4 or 5 pounds less and more interested due to the shame my mother cast upon me, I can't even match that. But I'm proud of myself for still doing something.
And let's hang on that for a second.
Yeah.
You should be. Consistency, developing a habit, discipline to stick with it. That's 80-20 nightmare. That's a hard thing to keep going for anybody, especially somebody who's like, yeah, I kind of did this Peloton thing, but the 20% says now I get to stop. So good on you, man. Very good.
So I'm not going to stop. I'm just not pushing myself to be the best me. I'm pushing myself to be enough for me.
I'm going to take the B on me, right?
I'm a B plus, okay? And some days when the music's really good, I'm an A minus. But I don't need to be better than an A minus. I know me. Like I don't need better than that. So the light version of everything I can do is really, it's not even the path of least resistance, which is what I used to do. There's fucking resistance. Literally, it says resistance. But I'm still pushing against it, and I'm still trying. No, it's not always an hour, but sometimes 30 minutes is enough. Sometimes 20 minutes is just fine. So back the fuck off.
That's right.
And I just thought that a light version of everything should be available for people like me who good enough is good enough, and it doesn't have to be great.
I don't know that light version is always the we're not fully committed
light beer
style. Well, who's going to drink that? But I'm just trying to say I do light everything in terms of the joiny, right? My proclivity is to overjoin.
Okay, yes.
Right?
You and Stuart have that same problem.
Yeah, but he'll stick with it and then go get the gold star and the 16.
No, he'll wait till he ruins it for everybody else.
Well, he does that just naturally, but I'm saying he'll go into the thing and reach the summit, and then people will laud him, and there'll be another plaque on the wall.
Then there'll be something
else.
Then
he'll find something else to join.
Okay.
I join all the things, forget what I joined, pay all the fees, and then wonder why I'm bankrupt, and also don't go to any of the services or products.
I'm still
that
a member
joined.
of what?
How did I? Yeah, that's why they created these apps that unjoin you. Anyway, so and they say you could be saving $64 million a month
monthly.
So I have thoughtfully, with all this new, I'm super self-help. I'm gonna help my fucking self. Let's go. I have been thoughtfully slow in my joining roll, and light is perfect for me because it allows you to join everything for free. I'll do the trial period and I cancel it the first day because I've learned that these trial periods, they give it to you for the whole trial. If it's 28 days, if it's 16 hours, whatever the hell it is, they'll give it to you for that amount of time, and then it'll just go away if you remember to cancel it. So I cancel everything immediately, sign up for it, see if I like it. Most of the time I don't. Or if I do like it, then I spend that time talking myself out of joining it so that when the time comes, right? So it's really, it has worked out for me in that way. But in terms of light, like yogurts, foods, all the rest of this, I won't do it because what you find, even skim milk, which I do drink. Yes, they replace it with something, gang, friends, people. There is no magic that you take something out of your full fat, full flavor substance, and there's no magic they can insert as a placeholder in there, and it still tastes silky and delightful. That's plastic. They're also filling it up with like crushed demon eyelids. It's not what you want, and they're bad for the digestion. If you want to talk about giving your dog some poops, that's it.
I think those things are things you're raised on and what you're used to. I grew up with a family that drank diet soda. I think Tab was like a regular in their house.
Well, you were rich. We were too cheap to have that kind of stuff. It's
diet soda?
Soda. Are you kidding?
Yes, I'm soda now. And
that ended up being a surprise health benefit. But
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks for being cheap. Yeah, no.
We're much healthier.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't think, and I also think I grew up on margarine.
Ooh, no.
Yes, that's
No, we're not
quiver inducing. I saw that.
We
and
have
now,
to-
if
we
it's
have to
not
go
full
seek it.
fat,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
if it's not full fat butter now, it's fucking gross.
It is fucking gross. We had
Yeah.
to, and I vividly remember this, and I still do have to do it. There's like used to be called Olean, I think, because some of my recipes.
That's the one, anal leakage, right?
Oh, no, I think Olean is what they called margarine before it was margarine. In my grandmother's recipes, it would say, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
Olean, I think, was in chips and made you leak.
No, I'm not talking, whatever that is, that's not what I'm talking about. Whatever. And I maybe have mixed it in my mind. But
and I'm curious.
we have 2 recipes that come around once a year that you really have to make it with oleo. Sorry, it was oleo. We had to make it with oleo.
Isn't that like an olive oil based margarine?
Oleo is just 1940s margarine. I don't know why everything is in the 40s with me. It's
don't
just what
either.
you would call it anyway. We're not. That's gross. Not butter and sex. Stop talking. I'm talking about my grandmother's recipes. Why do you have to
This
think
is
these
you,
things?
not
Your
me.
brain goes. I know where your brain goes. I see it. I see where
No.
it goes. I see where it
No.
goes. I see where it goes. I see where it goes. I know where it
Okay.
goes.
Fine.
Okay. Okay. Pressure washer on the driveway. I know you're out there doing kinky stuff with your refrigerator shelves.
What?
I know how you people behave. So
Well,
we
you
have
are
to
shot
go
out of a
seek
sex
out-
cannon.
We have to seek out this stupid margarine just to make the recipes. And there's one, it's like a gold package with like a blue crown on it. And so there's like Walmart still makes it. I have to go there to buy lard and margarine because nobody else I think will even sell it anymore. But that's it. In terms of fake foods, those are the 2. That's all. That's it. Everything else, I don't eat like those weird hot. My favorite are the ones when they came out with fat-free hot dogs. Do you remember this? And people would microwave them. You don't remember this in the 80s when everybody's eating these weird rice chips and like not food? They would take these meat popsicles, stick them and they weren't even meat anymore. Where is their fat-free meat?
There's no fat-free meat.
So scary to me. Anyway.
We're not even fat-free meat.
No, I'm certainly not.
I have a new ailment that I can share with you.
Bring it.
You know how sometimes out of your eye you might see like a floater? Like
Yes,
it looks
I
like
have
a
them
little
a lot,
string
yes.
goes by.
Yes.
So I'm having an issue in one of my eyes that's a deep, dark floater. Like it's black instead of
Yep.
like that clear string. Are you relating because it happened to you?
Yeah, I have black floaters all the time. Yeah.
What is that?
It's a black floater. It's a piece of dirt that's somewhere in the back of your
Oh God.
I forget all the things. I haven't checked for it because I have a lot. So, and they would go back in there with the camera and the flashlight and all the things to try and look. And they're like, no, you're okay. It's just.
Do you ever swat at things that aren't there?
Only when I'm really mad. No, I don't swat at things that aren't there. I get dizzy a lot. And I do have those. I get sort of the bed spins, this kind of a thing for absolutely no reason.
And that you think that's related to the
well,
eye
I'm not
floatery thing?
really sure. But when I went, however many weeks ago, to the otolaryngologist, the ear, nose, throat guy, to figure out, hey, what's all this stuff and all the scans? I was sort of thinking he was going to say, you have vertigo, you have tinnitus, you have and all the fucking things. And he's like, nope, you're good. And that happened. So
Okay.
I just feel like it's within the range of normal. Anything that's new, all of a sudden new, pay more attention. But I feel like I've always had these things. And because my eyes, I'm constantly adjusting them and trying to see better and all this, I'm really attuned to changes in them. This may also just be new with when your eyes are tired. Do you now notice as you're getting a little bit older, do you now notice that it's harder for you to see at night just because your eyes are tired? Yeah, that's I think this is just the beginning of the next phase of what your eyes are going to do for you, and they're going to stop working. That's how.
What do you mean, like throw imaginary shit at me from the right-hand side that I'm like swatting away like it's a bug?
Right.
I heard, Mom, there's nothing there. Mom, there's nothing there. Mom, knock it off. There's nothing there.
Is it only in one or is it in both?
Only in one.
Okay. And has it happened more than once a day for more than a week?
I'm on day like 3 or 4 right now.
All right. Okay. So stay hydrated. Pay attention to it. Stop swatting your hand. There's nothing there. There's nothing. And if it is there, fucking hit it. I mean, that's the problem.
I've been trying.
Why are you so ineffectual?
I feel so dumb. Like I'll go to put makeup on and then I shouldn't wear makeup. I didn't wear makeup for a year. And then I go to this party yesterday and I'm swatting at imaginary shit that is floating. And with floaters, if you go to focus on it, it just moves and you can't. Yeah. And you see it always peripherally. And then one time
I'm sure it's
jumps.
like related to headache and all this other stuff and eye strain and Yep. Just pay attention to it.
I'm going to go see a doctor for it.
Okay, do that too.
I'm going to have them dilate something and stick an arm inside.
I'm here to
shake
tell
it
you,
up.
you don't want somebody looking at the back of your cornea or whatever the fuck they had to do. They, you know, the normal things you go through when you get your eyes examined.
Yes.
All right. Well, when
I'm
they
going to get my head examined.
I had.
Yeah.
They were thinking I maybe had to detach something or this. I don't fucking remember.
Retina.
So
Yes, that was what I was concerned
They have to
about.
look at the back. So
Yes.
they really do. You're going to look down at the floor, and now I want you to look at Middle Earth, and then they like lift up your eyelid and go in there with some kind of like air and a light, and you know, trying to like, now I'm going to touch your brain.
No,
through
you're
your
not.
eyeball. Yeah, and she just kept and taking pictures and shit, and it's so bright and it hurts because you're so sensitive to it because the light is like, this is all wrong, and I'm looking in the wrong, and it was not good. You felt like that thing in all I can think of is Catch-22, and it's the other one, Clockwork Orange, where they had the wire things holding your eyes open, and it's like, let's torture you today. Yeah, it was super.
I don't really want that.
But that was all a function of, if I document it, I can get a better look
Yes.
at it, and I can also track it over time so I could document it again. No.
That's what I'm hoping for. I have weird red flecks in my very light blue eyes, and it's always been a like, oh, I'm staring into your eyes. Look how cool that is. It's probably cancer. Like, how
Not
cool is that?
cancer.
So,
Do you wear contacts all the time or never?
No,
So
never.
you don't wear any. Okay. So
I had LASIK surgery like 15 years ago.
that might be a different wrinkle to all this stuff that I'm talking about. I would go back to your LASIK professional and
But he's
describe
in it.
the
Remember?
symptom.
Do you remember the
Is
story?
he in a van down by the river? Is
No,
he one of
he's
these
the
guys
one
that's portable?
Who I went to a doctor's visit, and he didn't talk to me. He dictated a letter to my physician husband because
that's every visit.
he's
for
my
you.
father.
So fucking gross. It's 1940s.
So I don't want to go back to him.
Left
I'm
you
gonna go to-
unsatisfied. I told you. I told you. It's the oleo. I told you.
Ew, I think that's anal leakage. I think that's
Oleo is what they used to call. It's like saying Bosco. It's what they used to call food and shit that they came up before they came up with real words for it.
Bosco, the chocolate syrup.
Binga fucking go. You know what it is. See?
I do. You bet is better, but Bosco's pretty
You
good.
bet is better, but they don't sell it everywhere. You bet. So
We
you gotta
got it
get.
here.
Yeah, you show off.
You got to go to Wegmans. They've got everything.
Oh my God! Now that my kid's home, I don't get to go there anymore. It makes me so sad.
You can. Don't give it up. It's not worth it. Get out of here. You're not worth it. On the board, I have something called white people.
I saw that, and I'm one of those. I am, despite the fact that you might not know it. I have white skin. I have white lady everything except my hair. My hair is full on sisterhood of the traveling hair. So I went to a meeting on Friday, and the day was not going the way I needed it to go. A client meeting. I went to a presentation.
Okay, I'm like a meeting of...
I didn't know what to call it because I don't really have them that much anymore. They're always on Zoom. And it was the case where it's like, we really should do this in person. And I thought, and we can. So I went and did it in person, strange as that may be. And I had forgotten that when you meet with people in a professional setting, or any setting really, you should have your hair straightened out, and you should have, your
Pull yourself together.
your contacts in, and not look like you look normally. So anyway, I roll in there, got my big old fat black glasses on. My hair was crazy. It was curls everywhere. And there's this one woman on staff. She always comments on it. And I walked in, and she's like, you got it out today. And I said, I know, I got my bad hair on today. And she goes, I think it's perfect. And we were laughing because there's a classification for how you can describe your curls. Super coarse curls. They come in 4 different grades: A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm an A3, if you didn't know the classification of my curls. And 4, when you go by that scale, is like a fro. So my hair was like crazy thick and raw. And it's just to be able to go to a meeting like that, feeling so weird, and then getting praise for it. God, it makes me crazy. White people have no idea. And I am a white people. White people have no idea about this whole hair thing. It sprouts out of your head the way that it sprouts. And to put so much emotion around what is coming out of your head and how it needs to look and how it has to go, we don't have any fucking idea what other people go through who aren't white. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, there are things that white people obsess over that all people of color are like, really?
So we have our own foibles, yeah?
Really?
Our own issues.
No, we're ridiculous because the things that we
Oh.
stress over as very white people are things like, I don't know, I had a list of things that's just so, that's very
Oh
white
my
of you.
God. You're going to have to explain this one. I just opened your list. I don't know I don't think, let me help you.
Go ahead.
Let me help you. And by
Go
help
ahead.
you, I mean, let me not help you. That's just what we do on this show.
I just assumed that
White
it was
people
not
do not
helping.
obsess about Dan Fogelberg. I don't know how he's on that list or what you're assuming.
I don't think
there.
they obsess about him, but I think he only appeals to. I think it's a nope. This is
even
so
that would be a subset of white people.
right. A
Perhaps
very specific.
we don't wish to be around. I know that you love the yacht rock. I know it.
I am a
know
fan
it.
of, but I realize that I am a fan because I'm a white person.
I'll
And
allow it. Dan has some finer points, but it's very Dockers for me. I don't know.
Go ahead, keep going.
I got to be in the mood. Keep going. Coffee. I don't think white people are coffee people. I think everybody is coffee people. I think there are coffee people and then there are sad people. I don't think it's a racial thing.
You don't
Or do
think if
you-
you go to the Pacific Northwest where coffee is like snobbery coffee, that it's mostly white people who are like, oh, I've tried that coffee. That's trash. This doesn't taste like, and they're just snotty coffee people. I've never seen.
No, I don't know. I'm more inclined. It's so weird to have a race. I don't. I feel like there's coffee people, and within that subset, there are the problematic, snooty patoot, idiot, status coffee, badge coffee people, right? Where they're walking
And they're
around-
all white.
Yes. I don't
Admit
think
they're all white.
I don't think they are.
Really? Because
In
I
big
think it's just not something.
In big
the
cities,
way.
in big cities, I think it's a status thing more than it's anything else. And I also would venture to say, I think it's gone away. I think people have realized, nuh-uh, not so. Here's what I think about white people. Here's the subset.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just all snotty coffee has to be white. I think we're talking about pumpkin spice. I think
That's definitely a white person.
I think
faux
pumpkin.
pas as well.
I think pumpkin spice because I feel like that's a case where people even excuse it and say, "I know I'm getting my white girl on." Like if you're not white, drinking the pumpkin spice. So everybody identifies. Yes, they have claimed that territory, and like fucking apple art in the kitchen, they can have it. I don't need it. Yes, thank you for the face. Why can you make a face at apple art in the kitchen, but you won't make a face at potty art?
Oh,
You
I
are a
love potty
conundrum.
art.
You are a conundrum.
Potty art's the best,
Potty
and
art
that
is not the
transcends
best.
all races. I really feel like this segment should be called, Hey, White People, what's with these stupid things you obsess over?
Yes, yes.
Right? Because that's how I see these things. What's
Okay.
next?
Dog rescue.
I think it's pit bull rescue. Like,
oh my
hey,
God,
white people.
pit bull rescue. The only thing worse is people who do fucking PO or however you announce it. I'm saying it wrong. Payo. I try to run from them. Lululemon salespeople. They're all the same people. Yes.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
No.
Hi.
No.
Let me tell you about my pit bull, and then I'm a vegan, and I
Yes,
also
like-
do.
Like white people, you want to have a better life? Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. These are not things that are going to better your life. I rescued 3 dogs, none of whom, by the way, are pit bulls.
You
But
rescued more than 3.
all right, I've many. But
You're funny with all the shit you have on this. This is all. Oh my God.
what's the next one?
The realization is dawning on me.
What's
me
the
a
next
while.
one?
Took me a while. We're recording at night. I've had a very full day.
Yes.
My brain is a little soft. It took me a while. This is not a white people list. This is a Melissa list.
No, it's not.
Dan Fogelberg. Check.
I like him.
Coffee.
Not a
Check.
fan. No, not a fan.
you get the Starbucks unsweetened tea, and it has to be the same thing.
I haven't
And you
gotten
get
that
it
in over a year.
only because
I'm-
you're scared to go out, and there's no ice in it.
I'm over-
Bap, 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 bap. You're
I'm
caught.
over iced tea.
Dog
I'm a
rescue.
water.
And the next one, Kenny fucking G.
Hate him. I hate you too.
Don't
I hate
him.
Kenny
He's
G.
a nice boy. And you too. He only has the one song, and it's a fucking flute. But I'm just trying to say, you two,
It's not a flute.
whatever it is, it's all the same. A piccolo. Who
It
cares?
is not a piccolo.
Look at him. Do we
He
need
plays
to-
all types of
Do
saxophones.
we care?
Slash
I mean,
clarinetophones.
Stop it, Ken. Right.
Right,
I used to
and
work
that's
with
a-
his sister. No. So you two. Yeah, you two's white.
That's
U2's
so white, and I can't. Why? Let it go. Let
Oscar's
Bono
so
save
white.
the world. let Bono save the world and give up on the whole music thing. Just stop with the U2. What's next?
Lord, multiple names.
Really? Every serial killer and shooter with all of their
I like
27
multiple names.
just Stop. You're very white. Actually, you're
I
pink
don't
from
have. I
sitting
have
out
one
watching
name. I have one name. My mother only.
Amy.
It's it, and it's fucking short. 3
And it's
letters.
only
Thanks
3
for nothing.
letters.
Thank you. I got nothing. Yeah. So she went
But I'm
the
sorry.
totally opposite direction.
How many names do your children have?
They only have the 3. That's it. First, middle, last, and we stopped it. That's it. I
Okay.
could have given them a whole lot more than that. And down here, oh my God, down here.
White
Woo!
people, not
It's
down
the
there.
South. No, it's the South. You got a lot. You got to tack all this Beauregard, to Zipserville, to Gritsy Towns, to Sapasupa, on and on and on.
That's
and
this.
on and
That's
on.
the segment. White people, knock it off. That's gonna be the name of the segment. Knock it off. What's next?
The next one is the real one. Guns.
What the fuck? Hey, white people, knock it off.
Why? Why? Who are you going to kill? And don't tell me I'm just an enthusiast. You're an enthusiast of death. Why? Who are you going to kill?
So
you don't
dumb.
You don't keep a cache of poison at your house because you like
So
it.
dumb.
I mean,
Right.
I'm an enthusiast.
Oh, I'm an enthusiast.
I'm a poison
I collect.
enthusiast. I sure
I'm
do.
a collector of different rat poisons. Do you have a problem
I sure do. I sure
with
do.
rats? No, but collecting poison, yes,
Just
yes,
so
I do.
Fucking weird and gross. The last one. It's not the last one. They keep scrolling. Wow, you keep adding to this.
I'm
fucking
really
thing.
annoyed with white people these days. Like,
Oh
I've
my
just had
God.
enough. Hey, white
Well,
people,
you put
knock it
something
off.
on here. You're going to get in trouble now. I know there's
ahead.
not very many of them up there, but the state of Maine, the whole
They
state.
are 97% white. On the scale of minorities, actually, I think it was just black people in the state of Maine. There are 3. Not 3%, 3 total. It's like 99% white. It is the whitest state in the 50 state country. Right. What? Why? Hey, white people. Hey, Maine. Knock it off.
It's cold there. I don't want to be cold. It's
Okay, so what
cold.
you're saying is black people chose not to move there because it's freezing, and it's a sign of their intelligence, not the inability to assimilate.
You
with
gotta
me.
want it. You gotta want it to get all the way the fuck up there. You really have to. It's a
You do.
desire. You're like, can't I fucking stop? I mean, look how close I am. Everything's the same here. I gotta keep going. What do you
And-
got? Trees and French? Can't
and
I
TBH,
just sit down? Yeah.
It's beautiful up there.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
worth
really
it.
would like to
It's worth
encourage
it.
the minority community to venture. Like, really, you should really enjoy what we've always enjoyed about Maine. We, as white people who have people we love who live there.
that there's nothing there. There's
White
nature
people.
there. There's
Knock
nature
it
there.
off.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
Before we
All right.
ruin it. I mean, it's the other thing. You should check it out.
You should hurry.
Because ruining things, that should be on your list. That's something white people love to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What else
Obsessed
do white
with,
people
in
love?
fact, therapy.
Yeah.
That's subset. That's
I'm not gonna
that's
tell you to knock
pistachio
that one
spice
off.
again, whatever it's called, pumpkin spice again, for sure. There's a subset who really who take the flag out and wave it around and want to talk to you about therapy. I'm in therapy. I talkie therapy. My therapist says, my physical trainer, talkie.
How many therapists you got?
I feel like, aren't you supposed to? Is that a private? Are you just?
One
I
for
just
your
went-
body, one for your mind.
It's not private. Tell everybody.
One for your
It's
dog.
easy. It's like going to the orthodontist. You should tell everybody, right? It's not a secret. All right.
All right, I have 2 more on my list for today.
Oh,
Knock it
God.
off.
No,
What else?
No, don't put Pilates on there. I like Pilates.
All right. I think I remember hearing you say that it was like a torture device.
It was, but it's good for me. I like it because
so are
you're
kale chips
on
and
that
ew.
you're on that fucking sled, you know, and you're like working yourself like a puppet, and everything's getting pulled in all these different directions, and it's terrifying. It's like Cirque du Soleil gone wrong, but I feel like it's a good loosening exercise, and
Okay.
because of the machinery, I feel like I'm less at risk of damaging myself than just doing it unassisted or whatever. I don't
Like
know.
doing a
It's
video, at
early.
least you're
I'm an early
stroking.
joiner. I'm still in my free trial grace period, so I'm an
Have
early
you canceled
joiner.
that membership yet?
No, I haven't re-upped it. The good news is they let you come in and say, let's see if this is for you.
Okay.
Instead of saying, sign up for 6 years and now your fucking firstborn has to be here. Rah! Like, no,
Give me
they don't
direct
do any of that fucking
deposit.
stuff.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well, you've got another thing on this board. I like vanity plates. You have a vanity plate.
I do not.
It says back the fuck up.
I
don't
do
you?
Not. No.
We had but 2 vanity plates on the, well, 3 vanity plates, but on the 2 cars that we drive, right? My husband got his car renewed and he didn't renew the vanity plate. And every time I walk past the car in the garage, I'm like, what's the matter
Whose
with you?
car is that?
It's sad. And it wasn't even a good vanity plate, but it's like, why didn't you get it back? I don't know. I've come to love them.
Wait,
I
white
don't
people,
know.
knock it off. What is the obsession with vanity plates?
I don't know. We do like to put our personal stamp on everything. It's a mark of flagrant individualism and ownership simultaneously.
Right.
Right? Why do we have to put our fucking names on the coffee cup? And then how did that turn into, but I want that white coffee cup and it has to have my fucking name on it and it has to have my name spelled right. And P.S. kids, let me just let you in on a top secret. They were trained to spell the names wrong on those cups because that would prompt you to take a picture of it and put it on social media. That's giving them free marketing. So just ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous the whole fucking time. But I digress. Vanity plates.
You can
Vanity
digress.
plates.
Vanity plates is definitely a white person. Dear listener, if you know of something that seems to be like white people knock it off segment, let us know because there are just some things that if we let go of, the world would be a better place. Like, you know, guns and vanity plates, they're on par. I mean, how many accidents happen because you're trying to figure out if that says eat my ass? Eat
Zero.
my ass?
I don't do that. I
No,
don't
well,
do it. I don't read it.
I read people's.
I don't read
do.
it. I don't do it. I don't get too close to them to do it. I'm not.
Do you have a plate that you could share with us what it said?
When you say plate, I immediately go to a plate in the kitchen, and you were just talking about eating ass. So I
Vanity
sat still
plate.
for a good long minute. That I need you to explain that because I'm like, wait a minute, I need to get caught.
I don't
up.
eat ass on a plate. I eat it on a mattress.
This may not be the 40s, but I'm here to tell you, there's no tossed salads in my house. It's just we're not doing. You know what that reference
well,
is.
because duty comes out there, and that's gross.
What? Stop.
I'll
it.
talk about anything, but that's not on my list. I think that's something
that's a lot of commitment. That's a lot of love. That's a lot of involuntary action. It's neither one of the two. That's it. That's the only way you can go. I'll tell you what white people do like.
What's that?
Those murder mystery shows.
They do.
All you
They're
weird
obsessed
girls
with it.
that want to watch, like, let's watch a killer kill the person.
And again,
Why? Serial killers. It's because you got nothing fucking wrong in your life. So you got to watch
guilty.
this. You got to watch this thing and see all this scintillating craziness. Because the worst thing that you can imagine, right? You don't have any lived experience of something really tough happening. So you have to watch
guilty of that
the family
too.
getting slaughtered in the neighborhood and all the, ugh, gross.
less than the actual slaughter, I do like the trials and tribulations usually of the detectives and how they find shit out. Like I love that stuff and the things that the murderer did wrong and how did it go on for 40 years? He was in jail because he had a busted taillight, so they didn't catch him. And like I love that stuff. I can't explain why. Hey, I want to tell you how the world is changing.
Okay.
And I want to tell you that sperm counts in men is lowering.
It took a dog leg. I didn't think we were going there.
Wait.
I thought after all this description of race, now the world is changing. We're talking about sperm.
I am. I like to talk about sperm.
Well, I'll give you that.
You do. I read a statistic that said sperm count dropped 50% in the last 40 years.
50%?
Yeah. So I read the article and I'm kind of getting drawn into the fact that our population, you know, there's the baby boomers, which happened because of depression and everybody stayed home and had more sex and had more babies. There's a boom in the population. And that has stayed pretty steady, right? It's been growing. People are having more than just repopulating themselves on this planet. There are more kids, more kids, more kids. This is the first time in over 50 years that they can project that the population is going to start to shrink.
Wow.
Which is kind of amazing for the environment, for society, for use of resources. It kind of is the best thing for us, but you left to wonder why that's happening. Why are we having fewer children? Why is this happening? Why is sperm count lowering? Well, sperm count's lowering due to smoking, lifestyle, chemicals found in plastics, cosmetics, and pesticides and all that stuff. So that's affecting men's sperm count. But the other thing the article said that was fascinating is fewer children because women are concentrating on careers. And they are later having kids and fewer kids. And I personally, in my opinion. I'm learning to say that because I have a lot of them. And when I spout them like it's fact and law.
Hey, white people, knock it off.
Knock it off, white people. You're giving us a bad name. I think it's kind of amazing to watch this and see the trends that there will be fewer people, not shrink to where did people go? The dinosaurs are back, but really to look at the way we use resources and to maybe get a better balance and check sort of thing going. Or is that checks and balances? How does that go?
Oh, I'm just really interested in your response to this. The fact that there is a trackable, predictable pattern
Projection
in male biology, that their bodies are physically changing more rapidly than should be happening, is met with, finally, they couldn't control that fucking thing in the first place. Thank you, Mother Nature, for just snipping it off at the wick. Like, it's just a very, it's so creepy and strange to think about the fact that the sperm count has dropped over 50% in the last 40 years. That's too fast for too much. As much as I am grateful and excited at the reduced rates of reproduction and the impact that that will have globally, yeah, ultimately that's a good thing. Many things are a good thing. But a 50% drop in female fertility over the same period wouldn't be met with that kind of response to me. I wouldn't look at it and go, thank God we're going to start making fewer babies. So I agree with both things, but I don't connect them in that way. And I'm interested that you do. I like that.
If you're watching all these laws and what's going to the Supreme Court, they're going to decide that women can't have abortions at the same time that men are less capable of getting them pregnant. Right. Maybe that is society's way of evening that. Are you going to tell me what I could fucking do to whatever?
I'm going to slow your roll. Yeah.
I'm going to give you more pesticides, more chemicals, more plastics, more all of the shit that's going to slow your roll naturally because you are very unnaturally telling me how I have to have and treat my body. So I guess I was encouraged by the duality of fuck me, fuck you. Like
you want to watch the laws? Check your dick.
Yeah. And then if you ease up, I will put away the Aquanet and I will definitely put away the plastic applicator and I will do more than recycle. I'll only use, but no, if you're going to start policing my uterus, I'm going to spray into your hole when you're sleeping, that Aquanet.
Oof.
Look.
Ouch. I thought the zit was bad.
Yeah, it hurts a lot.
Oh my God.
But the duality of how our society is legislating women and how we are using products that are affecting men, I thought, all right, quid pro quo here. Like you do what you do and look what happens, bitches.
The plastic thing is so unnerving. It's everywhere. There's no escaping it. It's in all of our bodies. It's in all of our bloodstreams. It's not something that you can eliminate no matter how hard you consciously try. It's in all of the water, all over the planet. There is no place that escapes it that doesn't have plastic. So that ship has sailed. The only thing that we can do is counteract it. It's not ever going to go. It's done now. So we have to live with it and live around it in a different kind of a way. And we're not even showing any signs of slowing there. So all of that stuff is so much more invasive and
pervasive,
determinative to what's happening. And if that's even a word, determining what's happening with, the droopy dick syndrome, which done shooting out a whole lot of blanks. Like smoking. People have been smoking for a long time, and they're smoking less globally than they have been because they are. So the numbers are down. So I really question how much of that is the factor.
Well, the other thing said lifestyles, like the lifestyles people are living are, I don't know if they're riskier, if they are, how many more stressful, how many new people living in tiny houses have you seen? Like they're all over the place. I gave up my house and I'm living in a schoolie. They take a school bus and they revamp it to fit out for living in there. There are so many lifestyles. We live on a cliff. I don't know who you're going to get to partner with and have a baby while you live on a cliff.
No, and I got news for you. All it takes is one chili bowl to evacuate everyone from your tiny house, and I don't care how cold it is. It's just not going to work.
I only eat what I forage. Oh,
Wow.
okay.
I hope you shit in the forage too, because it's not a good place in here.
Please don't invite me for dinner anytime
Jiminy
soon.
Crack corn.
You know of my affinity for taking in broken canines and those who need
I do.
place.
I do. You white.
I'm white. That's what I do. So knock it off. So that's what my father told me, remember? Knock it off. Hey, white people, knock it off. Care about my feelings? Knock it off. I have a relative relatives who found themselves in quite a pickle because of a lost job and a transfer from overseas to back to the States.
That's a lot.
And they're kind of just mobile right now without the school van, without the schoolie.
Oh, God.
So what's my first reaction? Come here.
Oh, God. Why did it not occur to me? I was like, what could her first reaction be?
Come here.
No. Oh, God.
So
It's done.
I have two cousins and her two little girls who are going to come and spend some time with us.
This from the woman
Yeah.
who 8 minutes ago
Yeah.
wouldn't walk to the end of the driveway to get the mail without a mask on your face and a whole gallon of hand sani to go everywhere. You're going to let unknowns into your personal space. You have come this far, you 2+2 vaccinated family. This is where you are.
We are all very vaccinated. And
okay. The world has returned, in case you didn't know.
dear listener, tell us your experience about things that white people
Being
need
white,
to knock off.
yes, because
Yeah.
my suspicion is we probably have attracted a fair number of pale-skinned listeners. That if I had to take a guess, we might be the main of podcasts. It might be.
We might. Hey, Cracker, knock it off is going to be the new name of this podcast.
Now you're talking.
We are grateful that you listen. We are grateful that you've started to write us and tell us what's going on. And you might be thinking, well, how can I do that? Let me help you. brilliantobservations@gmail.com gets directly onto my Apple phone. It goes right to my eyes and to my face. And to Amy's. So if you would like to let us know what's going on, you could do it there at Gmail, or you could go to Brilliant Observations on Facebook at the Brill Ob Squad subreddit. And you can go onto Twitter and Instagram at Listen Brilliant. You can hashtag us anywhere, #ListenBrilliant, and we will find you and your pictures and your thoughts and your love and your support, which we feel through our microphones and headphones. But we'd like to use other parts of our face, like our eyes, to see it.
Nice. It's nice to have confirmation of the
While I still have vision in my right eye, if you could please feel free.
Yes.
Don't be a floater. Let us know.
Indeed.
Thanks for listening, guys. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.